Let's try something. What if we stopped treating Forex trading like a spin at the roulette table and started thinking of it more like architecture? That's exactly what this is all about, that huge shift. Building a disciplined trading career, not by luck, but with a real blueprint, from the ground up. When you really boil it down, there are two kinds of traders out there. On one path, you've got the reactive gambler. This is the person who's completely driven by emotion, reacting to every news alert, every flicker of a candle, and absolutely terrified of missing out. Then there's the other path, the intentional architect. This person doesn't react, they act. And they act based on a solid plan they created way before the market even opened. It's all about using your intellect. So let's be real for a second. When you're staring at the charts, which one of those sounds more like you? The gambler or the architect? Go on, be honest with yourself. Because that answer, that's the starting point for everything we're about to build. Okay, so let's dive into part one, laying the mental foundation. And look, this part is absolutely critical. You can have the best strategy in the world, but if your mindset isn't right, none of it matters. This is all about making that crucial shift from just reacting to trading with pure intention. So what in the world is intentional trading? Well, it's pretty simple, really. It's the practice of letting your brain take the lead, not your gut feelings. It means that before you even sit down for a session, you've already defined exactly what setups you're looking for, how much you're willing to risk, and, this is a big one, the conditions where you will absolutely not trade. And it all kind of boils down to this one powerful mantra. I act on rules, not reactions. Just let that sink in for a moment. That simple phrase, that's the bedrock of the entire architect's mindset. It should guide every single decision you make. Now, acting on rules is easy to say, but so hard to do, right? Well, a massive piece of this puzzle, the next pillar for our foundation, is mastering the art of delaying gratification. Honestly, this is one of the biggest things that separates amateurs from the pros. It's about fighting that urge for a quick win and playing the long game instead. Okay, but how do you actually train this kind of patience? It's a skill. First, you have to let your trades play out. Let them hit your target or your stop without you meddling. Second, you have to be absolutely ruthless about your criteria. If a setup isn't a perfect 10 out of 10, you skip it. Period. And finally, you've got to zoom out. Stop obsessing over your profit and loss for the day and start focusing on your results for the month. The next piece we need for a solid foundation is self-trust. Discipline isn't some magic switch you just flip on. It's something you build brick by keeping small promises to yourself over and over again. Every time you do what you say you're going to do, you add another brick to that wall of confidence. So let's make this super practical. How do you start laying those bricks? Here are 3 simple steps you can start today. 1, for just 7 days, your only goal is to follow your stop-loss rule perfectly. That's it. 2, commit to journaling every single trade for 1 full week. And 3, maybe the hardest one, only pull the trigger if your absolute A-plus setup shows up, even if it means you only trade once all week. Small promises, huge results. All right, so we've worked on the mindset. The mental foundation is poured. Now it's time for part 2. Building your trading system. This is where we create the external framework, the actual structure that makes being disciplined the easy path, not the hard one. And the very first step in building your system is to identify your big rocks. What are those? Well, they're not some fancy secret indicator. They are the heavy lifters, the fundamentals that truly matter: risk management, patience, and consistency. These are the things that will actually determine your success in the long run. And having these big rocks gives us a fantastic mental filter. From now on, before you even think about clicking that button, ask yourself one simple question. Is this trade part of my big rocks, or is it just sand? Is it part of my core high probability strategy, or is it just noise, a distraction, a trade I'm taking because I'm bored? That question alone is a game changer. So, what does a day look like with this kind of system? It's all about a structured routine. A pro's day isn't chaos. In the morning, you're reviewing the big picture, high time frame trends, key levels, risk parameters. During the session itself, laser focus, only on your planned setups, no randomly jumping between charts. Then in the evening, it's review time. You look at your results, figure out what you did wrong, and log what you learned. And what's the whole point of this structure? The ultimate goal here is to make your discipline as automatic as possible. You want to design a system where doing the right thing is the default, and making an emotional, impulsive decision is actually difficult. So how do we make it automatic? Couple of simple ideas. First, create a pre-trade checklist and be religious about it. No check, no trade. Second, use technology. Set up alerts or even EAs to enforce your own rules for you. And third, make journaling a reflex. The moment a trade is closed, the journal entry gets made. You're basically building guardrails against your own worst instincts. Okay, on to part 3, the resilience stress test. We've got our foundation. We've built the system on top of it. Now, we have to see if it can withstand a storm. This part is all about forging your professional edge, and the way we do that is by intentionally embracing discomfort. And this is a major mindset shift right here. That feeling of discomfort you get when you're trading, the fear, the frustration, the boredom, that is not a sign you're failing. It's the opposite. It's a signal that you are right on the edge of your comfort zone, and that is precisely where real growth happens. So where does this growth actually take place? It's in those tough moments. It's sitting through a drawdown without panicking. It's accepting a loss calmly without any drama and just moving on. And maybe the hardest one of all, it's watching a massive move happen that you're not in and having the discipline to resist chasing it. This is where your edge is forged. Which brings us to our final section, part 4, your 12-week blueprint. We've gone through all the theory, the what, and the why. Now let's get into the how with an actionable plan to put all of this into practice. Here's the plan, broken into 3 distinct phases. For the first 4 weeks, you're in the foundation phase. Your only focus is building self-trust. The key action? Keep a daily journal and follow one small rule perfectly. Then, weeks 5 through 8 are the acceleration phase. Here, you build your structure. You create that daily routine and you only prioritize your A-plus setups. And finally, weeks 9 through 12 are for mastery. Your focus is resilience, and your key action is to intentionally face one discomfort each week, like forcing yourself to skip an impulsive trade you know you shouldn't take. And that leaves us with this one final powerful idea. True success in trading is not about predicting the future. It's not about being some kind of market wizard. It's about executing your discipline over and over and over again until all those small, consistent actions compound into something truly incredible, genuine mastery. So the only question left is, are you ready to start building?